So I just wanted to share this real quickly. This is a workout that I just programmed for a client who is interested in doing handstands. He's been working his gymnastics bodyweight skills for a while. He's very strong already in terms of upper body strength, mobility. And so this is primarily a skills development style workout. Let me show you guys what we got going on here. So the warm-up, as you can see, is primarily focused on wrists. Wrists tend to be, well, number one, they're the biggest weakness in terms of mobility. They keep people from being able to do handstands. But secondly, they're also the point of control for the handstand. Once you've figured out how to integrate your weight in a vertical upside down direction, keeping the balance has to do with subtle movements in the fingers and hands. So you need to have a lot of wrist strength in order to pull that off, which is why we're working wrists. We got a wrist mobility series, which I've shared, and then we're gonna do some first knuckle raises as part of the warm-up. And then additionally, the prone body line, which is again, just for that stacking through the midsection. Prone body line isn't upside down, it's laying down, but it's the foundational progression in order for you to get that stacking. Next up, we've got the skills portion. So we're gonna work headstand, which is a totally valid inversion. If you can do a headstand, then you're well on your way to doing a handstand because the balance is the exact same. It's just you got more points of contact with the headstand. Your base of support is more spread out, but the mechanics are very, very similar. So we're gonna work some headstands. STC means skin the cat, shoulder mobility, just because the other thing that gets in people's way, especially those well-trained individuals, which a lot of you guys are, you've been in the gym a long time, you've been doing lots of bent arm strengthening, overhead presses with dumbbells and barbells and push-ups, all this stuff. So that tends to limit the strength that you can exhibit in a capacity. Arms straight overhead. Your strength is here in a bent arm position, but that doesn't really help you in a handstand. It just tires you out. So skin the cat, when done properly, is a straight arm strengthening exercise. Pay attention, because if you're doing a skin the cat and your elbows are bending, you're not doing it right. Check yourself, slow down, and get your skin the cat with your arms completely straight the entire time. Let's see what else we got here. And then the long plank, or the turbo dog, which is a progression for the forearm stand, which this cat's gonna get after in the next little circuit here. We probably won't have time to do all of these. There's a lot of work to do. And again, this would be a crushing amount of work to do, particularly in one set of muscles if he wasn't so well trained to start with, but he is, and so he can handle the heat. Yeah, he likes the heat, actually. I don't know, is Vietnamese food spicy? Is that racist? Oh well. So next up, we got headstands. Now we're working, getting a little bit fancier. We got pike leans, which are gonna be against the wall, working on the wrists, working on getting the hips above the head, feeling comfortable, you know, with your balance arranged, or your center of mass arranged in that fashion. And then kick up, more of the same. Just getting your legs over your head now at that point, using the foundation that you started with the pike lean. And then finally the forearm stand. So again, the progression of inversions goes headstand, forearm stand, handstand in terms of amount of balance. Now, a forearm stand is, in my opinion, just as difficult as a handstand, just in a different way. You need to have more shoulder mobility to be able to hold your elbows, be able to do a forearm stand properly. Whereas with the handstand, you don't really need the same level of openness across the tricep to really drive your elbow up. But a forearm stand is easier to balance, a shorter lever. Finally, we get to the end, and then depending on how much time we have left, we're gonna do some wall walks. We're gonna do some handstand taps, which is the best way to kind of work the balance portion in your handstand, using the wall, getting real comfortable with a predictable, controlled movement before actually progressing off the wall for the handstand. And then finally, dragon flags. Just throwing that in there for some core strengthening, volume, and to kind of counteract what tends to happen in a lot of handstand work, which is that you get kind of back bendy. And so doing some dragon flags to work the opposite side and get back into a nice hollow spine, be able to brace, progress sustainably towards a legit handstand.